Hello, in this session, we're going to look at how we can use Google Classroom to create assignments. So the first thing we want to do is from our class, go to classwork. And within here, we have some topics. Right now, this class only has one topic, but we can use create to make more. Once we've had all the topics we need, we're going to click where it says create. And you'll notice a few different types of things we can post. The very first one is where we're going to focus our time right now, and that is on the assignment. When we go in here, the first step that I take is to give it a title, and this can be generic. I might change it later, but I want to at least get a placeholder in there. So this one is going to be Choice Board September 8, which is the first day of school in the district where I work. I like to skip over the instructions part for now, and we'll get back to it in just a little bit. And then I come down to where it says add. In add, here are the 4 types of things that we can post into our assignment. The very first one is the one that I use the most, and that's Google Classroom. So in here, we can find any type of Google Drive file. So here are some images, some videos, but as I go down, we'll see a few other types of assignments. So here's skills checklist that goes with this assignment, and this presentation will go there too. And finally, we'll do this Jamboard. Okay, so when I found all of my resources that I want to post in there, I'm ready to hit insert. You'll notice that we can also search. By default, it comes to recent, which makes it really easy for me to find the things that I've been working on, but you can use any of these tabs to find what you're looking for. So at this point, again, I'm hitting insert, and they drop those files in down below. Now you'll notice that with each one, I get a little thumbnail, then I get the title, the type, and then to the right, I have this drop-down menu. With my drop-down menu, I can choose, are my students viewing it? Are they editing? Or am I giving every student their own copy? Now, I use each of these on a pretty regular basis. For this particular assignment though, this first one, I want a copy for each student. That way they get it, they don't see each other's, and they can begin their work and I can give feedback. This next one is, this is a presentation I'm giving them. This next resource, I'm going to set a students can view file so that everybody can see the slides that go with our session. And then finally in here, I'm going to, students can edit the file so that everybody's in the same Jamboard and being able to collaborate at the same time. Again, I think it's important to note that each of these can have a separate setting, even though you posted them at the same time. We can really be intentional how we want our students to engage with the material. As we go back to add, you'll notice we have 3 other types, and the first one is a link. So if there is a resource on Newsela that you want to share with your students, you can put in, copy and paste that article in, and be able to add your link. We can also go to file, and this will be something that is on your desktop. So let's see, for me, I'll open up my files and I could put maybe this QR code, I'll just drag and drop over. So we can see from our computers, or if we have a flash drive, we can easily move those resources over. And as we saw before, we give our students the option of how we want them to engage. This is just an image, so viewing the file is fine. And the final option that we have is YouTube. When we go to YouTube, we have 2 different choices. The first is to do a search. So with this, it's in my Raven unit. So I'm going to do Raven, The Simpsons. And in here, it's going to bring my results. Shows me how long the clips are. Each one's about 5 minutes. I don't like to go too far over 5 minutes for our students, especially when we're working with little younger kids. But in here, I've selected add, and it lets me preview it. So I have to add it before I can preview. A little strange there, but when I click on the title now, I can see my video. The Raven. And be able to, watch the whole thing, make sure it is appropriate and exactly what I want to use with my kiddos. So now that I have each of the resources that I want, now there is one other way that we can add YouTube. So we can also do it by URL. So if you already have the web address for your video, you can just copy and paste it in here, and that works just as well. Okay, so now we have our 6 different resources in here, a mix of Google Drive resources, links, uploaded files, and YouTube videos. One quick note about why I like doing YouTube videos here instead of maybe doing a link to the YouTube video is with this, we don't get all the advertisements that go along with it. Our students aren't seeing all the recommended videos that might pop up. So it is a much more curated experience and more restricted, which can be helpful for our kiddos. When we're all done and we've made the selections we want, we'll hit assign, and this will go live for our entire class. Thank you, and please continue watching the other videos in this playlist to learn more about Google Classroom.